Jesus.
It's only been 300 years, but we're here.
We're still alive.
It's so much.
We are.
Holy crap. It's a lot of effort.
So long. I missed you.
I have way too many moving parts with all these things. I need to make my life easier somehow.
Pare it down a bit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Shrank it.
shrank it.
Make your life harder.
That's gonna be the theme of the entire episode. Is just gonna be like shrank it,
Shrank it,
that
baby.
bitch.
shrank
Shrank
it,
it, baby. We can make a song about that.
shrank it
that
real
bitch.
good.
Shrank it.
Wait, that's not my thumbnail. That's not the thumbnail I chose. What does it look like on YouTube?
It looks like your logo.
Why would it
That's
do
a-
this?
Well, no, when I embed it, it does. But when I looked at it on YouTube, it was your actual picture.
Yeah,
I know, when I looked at it on YouTube, it looked like the new Curse of Strahd thing.
yeah. Huh.
Yeah, but when I just like embedded it,
Awkward.
That's a thumb and a nail. A thumbnail. You see the nail, you see the thumb.
So wildly upset. I want it to look all pretty in there.
Pretty, so pretty.
It looks like it's just gonna use my banner pick all the time. Now I feel compelled to like put the picture that I used in there just so everyone in the Discord can see the sexiness. That's the actual thumbnail.
That's the actual thumbnail, and it's lovely.
God. Although now that I look at that thumbnail in that small window, it looks like maybe the key lime logo's slightly off center. I'm gonna stop looking before I tear my hair out. Never again. Never
You know
again.
that- yeah, you should stop looking and interacting with that.
Yeah. Oh crap! And then I have to pull up Carl's little store. Jesus!
But Jesus, what is
I
this?
feel like it's all falling apart.
Yeah,
We've
it's
only
like
just begun.
Already.
Just when I thought I was ready. I mean, I still am, but I'm not.
Some kind of wild magic effect, guys. For sure.
I also don't know why, but Carl sent me this little blurb as like an image, and I don't think he meant it to be an image, but it like took his text and turned it into an image, and like a very tiny one at that.
It happens sometimes in
Teeny
Discord.
tiny, teeny tiny, tiny, tiny.
micro.
Micro.
What does that
Very
word mean? You have to teach me what like
Micro.
Deb,
It's like micro.
let's hear the Greek that Deb knows. Like, run us through the Greek phrases that you've got.
Malaka.
Okay.
Malak.
And
Ohi, cigaro means no cigarette.
okay. All right.
Obviously.
All right.
Obviously.
Let's see. I know to Kerato Ine Rose.
Panos, how
that mean?
does that phrase actually sound? Like that?
It's Burgerat Oshu. But it's like not a good expression to say to someone. It's not that.
This is what they're teaching me on Duolingo.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Is
You
Deb
shouldn't
calling us
trust
all like
people on the
motherfuckers
internet.
right now or something? Like, what is going on?
Something like that. So, not that bad. But yeah. It's a little bit of Greek slang.
I just feel it. I can just feel the harassment like through the face that she's making. She's
vibing.
too happy about saying the words.
To
That
video sto museo.
What? I didn't even get that.
it almost sounds like you're speaking Spanish or something. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't sound Greek.
Haven't got the accent down.
They think like with Mediterranean countries they have similar accents because like they speak fast. And
It reminds me of
without
almost. It
many
reminds me of an
pauses.
Italian accent.
Yeah, it's similar. Like Spain, Portugal.
Sto
Italy.
museo.
Yeah, they speak very fast without many pauses.
To get yourself into the mood,
confusing.
you have to do the hand when you're speaking Greek.
Museo.
You'll be doing this hand for some reason, but it'll sound more appropriate.
Ohi, cigaro.
I think it's
It's
working.
it's all about the expression, not what I was saying. So, like, being expressive when you say it.
Yeah, I
That
feel
wasn't
like
expressive.
aren't you supposed to look angrier?
Cigar.
Now you sound like you're casting spells in Harry Potter. It's just like
No,
I wish
you're
I
a
could
Greek.
cast a spell.
What kind of
Alaka.
spell?
all right. I'm googling. Can I even Google this
don't know.
Malacca Greek? Let's see what that means. Man who masturbates. Is that what it is?
No, that's maybe that's
It's like a
the
friendly
literal-
way of saying like, "Hey, asshole."
Yeah, is that like? Oh, it says while it's typically used as an insult, with its literal equivalent in English being wanker or jerk off. So it sounds like
Okay.
like asshole is kind of like the
the
intention
thing,
of the
though.
phrase.
It's the
not an
connotative
insult.
English.
It's not the insult anymore. I mean, it might have been like 30 years ago, but it's like a common term to call somebody you're acquainted with.
A malaka.
Yeah,
It's like
some kind of friend. Yeah,
It makes
some kind
Panos laugh every time I say it, so I
Yeah.
like it.
It's like a term of endearment.
It's
Like
definitely not. Yeah,
it'd be
in
like,
a
"What's
slang
up,
way."
idiot?" And they're like, "What's up, moron?" Like that kind of thing.
yeah.
All right, nice.
Now you know. The more you
love
know,
it.
the merrier.
That's right.
Skata. I know that one too.
Hmm?
That's poop.
Scata.
Skata, like scat.
Oh, I got that part. Hold on, let me grab a
Yeah.
water real quick. That's I can tell I'm gonna need it.
Yeah.
Have all the waters. All the waters is here. The big bottles of
Bam,
water.
and we're back with water. Bam.
Oh my god, so fast.
Yeah.
Gotta go fast.
Got that fridge right behind me. This room is like
Very
the
handy.
laziest room I've ever been in my entire life. There's a mini fridge behind me. There's an air conditioning unit off to the side of me. All I need is like
Sounds
a bathroom, like, you know, in the closet. And then I don't have to really go anywhere.
The best room ever then. That's
Yeah.
what you mean, obviously.
I have the gaming chair, and then I'll need the porcelain throne to go with it in the closet.
Oh god, that would smell just terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, you imply that my things smell, but it is like sweet roses. Like,
Roses
What?
really smell like poo poo poo.
What? How?
I have questions, but I don't
Outcast
know what the
song.
answers.
that's an
I have
Outcast
no
song?
idea.
Yeah.
What
I
is
know you might think your shit don't stink, but lean a little bit closer. Roses really smell like poo poo poo.
I don't remember that verse in Hey Ya or something. What song was that?
No, I'm
Called
gonna go.
Roses. I think it's called Roses.
It's called Roses.
Mhm.
I think
No,
you
I'm
probably.
I don't know most of
Copyright.
their music.
I'm gonna copyright Debs for singing a song cover.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got
It
copyright
sounded
strike.
better than the original, I guarantee you.
Yeah, actually, that's gonna be why we don't get copy strike. They're gonna be like, that couldn't have been the original. It was sung by an angel.
They'll be like, damn, we need to hire her.
Dang, girl.
My favorite Outcast song was always "Bombs Over Baghdad." That song had like so much energy to
Oh
it.
man.
It was so good.
That sounds evil.
I
Bombs
think-
over Baghdad?
You know, like I was
Nothing
definitely.
can beat Hey Ya for me. I mean, that's the top.
I mean,
the
it
top.
is-
Miss Jackson's good too.
Yeah,
Oh,
Miss
that's a good
Miss
one.
Jackson's good, but "Bombs Over
My
Baghdad" just
accounting
has
teacher
that
in 8th
like.
grade was named Miss Jackson.
Did everyone just constantly sing that song?
It was like right about the time it came. Like,
Yeah,
Sorry, Miss Jackson.
She must have just been like, oh,
I
for
am for
fuck's
real.
sake.
yeah. I would have just quit my job like right then and there. I'd be like, that's enough. It's like,
When you
I-
have one of those names that gets picked up in popular culture, you just have to.
it's like I don't get paid enough to deal with this.
No, I'm not a cat.
Also, the intro is rolling at 10,000 decibels in my ears, as always.
I'm just so happy then. For some reason I was thinking for sure.
Just put the big shit there and we'll all start.
That's why I'm not half busy. Yeah, but let's say I don't know. Maybe I'll
see.
three class.
And the previous Greek introductory class was brought to you by the Curse of Strahd team over here at Key Lime Industries. Apparently, that's the name of my company. Welcome,
Kenny
everybody.
Sparrow.
Yeah.
Hey, Malacca!
Yeah, what's up, Malacas? Which I'm pretty sure is derogatory and you should be insulted, but it sounds fun.
Kalispera means good evening, and I said it
Yeah.
was lots of expression, like
Yeah.
Mr. Greek guy told
That's
me
right.
to.
Malacas.
Yeah.
Well, welcome everyone. Welcome after a quite extended break, and it is bittersweet as you can see based on the UI in front of you that we are sans one member of the crew. It's Carl is kind of the guy who helped get this thing kicked off by starting us in our first game, and now real life is kind of kicking him in the tuchus at the moment. So work has kind of been stealing him away from us, so we are going to have to four-man this game. But, that just means the party's gonna die and we get to make new characters. So that'll be really fun, right, everybody?
I quit.
Just brand new characters.
I mean, I've got a character that I could pull in eventually, but I don't think you'll like her.
Not
Why?
dying.
What does that even mean? What's gonna happen to her?
I made her for like another server and I quite liked her, so I think the next time I need a new character for a live game, I'm going to use her and we'll see how that goes.
Uh-oh. I am excited and terrified of whatever that could all mean. But with that being said, we have a lot to maybe just catch you up on like what was going on in the game, and I'm sure the players would even appreciate like a mini catch up as to where we were.
Previously on Curse of Strahd.
Yeah, maybe I should have like epic. I should do that. Just have like little intro
That
videos.
was epic. What I just
Oh,
did.
you're right. I could never match the energy of what was just presented. So,
Who do you think you are, Keelan?
I don't know. I'm just winging it at this point. I don't even know what's going on anymore. We've got the players are at the Burgomaster's mansion. So the super TLDR of like where we are in the story right now. Bunch of strangers came from the outer world and they were brought into this dark place by some evil stranger man. They went to a evil house, bribed by some little children that they tried to save, and they ultimately did save it, almost died in the process, found a woman who's being hunted by Strahd, met with her brother. They took her out of there. They've gone to Vallaki, this other town which they thought would be safe. And once they were there, they were introduced to a new problem that the town isn't safe. They got some bones. They fought some vampires. Vampires nearly murdered everybody. And the dude who let the vampires into the town was brought to the church for punishment. And the crew has gone here to the Burgomaster's mansion to inform him of what happened and to see if poor little Henrik is going to get in trouble for his transgressions here. So that is ultimately what is going on at the moment. And the crew is also one day away from this Festival of the Sun, which has been talked about casually by the various townsfolk. So the Burgomaster is always trying to keep people happy in a very crappy, shitty way that no one really appreciates. And his current concoction is the Festival of the Sun. So that is where we are, crew. Are you ready to dive back in? Curse of Strahd.
I mean,
Are we going to talk about where Cal went, or?
No, I thought we would just ignore that. I'll just make him invisible and then we'll just move on. So I do have a little text blurb from Cal to explain where he's about to go.
Okay, so we're not going to do that now. All right, cool.
Well, we will do it in like 3 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Which is above average for me, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's start the show.
Oh my god.
I did not need that information, but fine, thank you.
3 seconds.
The more you know.
3 seconds would be painfully bad. All right, here we go.
Let us begin.
Let us begin. I have the ominous music humming in the background. So where we literally ended the episode was the door was opened and the maid introduced herself to all of you and said, "Why, hello there. Welcome. The Burgomaster's mansion." And she's like smiling at you very invitingly. And upon hearing this, there's an unnatural gleam in Calanthas's eyes as he fades, as he moves to enter into the Burgomaster's house, and he hesitates at the door. "I'm sorry, but I cannot go any further. The fight with the vampires has left me questioning my purpose and my faith. This is sudden, I know. I must purge my weakness before I am the curse of death of you all. I cannot be your shield as I am now. I cannot be my lord's sword as I am now. I cannot face Strahd and his ilk as I am now. I must commune with him and reestablish my reason to exist. And with this, he dips his head apologetically, and you see him just
No, Cal, no go.
walk off.
That was a really good Kalanthos impression, by the way.
I was-
It was spot on.
I feel like it was
Oh,
pretty
he's-
good, and then I started just sounding like a weird guy, but I'm very happy that
No.
you guys liked it.
Pretty good. Mhm.
How is that weakling gonna get out of here? Doesn't he know that we are trapped? He's so stupid. Oh my god. I don't know.
I mean, he clearly went somewhere.
Yeah, but you can't even leave this place. It's gonna be weird. So
Then
probably
where did he
will.
go?
I don't know. He left so suddenly. We didn't have time to ask him any questions, and I was kind of like stunned. I didn't expect him to leave us. But maybe this is for the best. Maybe he has some sort of plan in mind. Maybe he can help us
who's gonna
later
be our
on.
protector now?
Me,
Oh.
obviously. What's this kind of question? I was always your protector.
I'm gonna poke him a little bit and say, "You're a little squishy, though."
I'm a little squishy. Do you see those guns? And he's gonna like pump up, try and look like charismatic, and yeah, and smile in a weird, awkward way, with his front teeth
Okay.
popping out. Yeah, you can trust his face, can't you?
So, actually, as Kalanthos was walking away, Saya probably would have noticed that he was moving in the direction of the church. So, like, you saw him like walking away and then turn the corner back towards the church where you guys were before.
So I would
Okay.
turn to them and say, like, well, I believe, I mean, he's going back to the church and he seems to be a man of faith, so possibly the best place for him if he's not feeling meat shieldy.
Maybe. I don't know. He didn't like that church didn't seem to have any significance for him when we were there, though. I don't know.
No, but it's a place of faith, and you know, from my observations, people of faith just congregate around those kind of areas.
True. I mean, I guess maybe it's the essence or the aura maybe helps him be closer to his lord. I don't know how
Possibly.
these things work.
I don't understand their religion. I just, he seems to be going that way.
Well, we don't really have a choice. I mean, we can't get out of this place without moving forward on our quest. So,
Hmm.
And
Let's have
Perhaps we just
faith.
need time.
We'll find him again maybe in the future. Let's have faith. It's such a stupid thing.
And as you all are having this conversation amongst yourselves, you see the maid kind of like looking at you nervously, smiling like, is everything okay?
yes, everything's just fine. Thank you. We would like to talk to the Burgomaster. Is he available?
Oh, well, I could go ask if he is available. He is in the house. Would you like
Okay.
to come inside and wait?
Yes, please.
Yes, indeed.
All right. So then you all may enter into the mansion. And I should probably unpause the game to allow you to do that.
That would be super nice.
I just realized
It would be helpful.
And,
Hey.
and as you walk into the foyer there, the mansion has walls of plastered stone that display many scars where the plaster has fallen away from age and neglect. Drapes cover over every window, including a large arched opening above the mansion's double entrance doors. I'll just be a second. And you see her take off upstairs.
Is there any object, emblem, etc. in this place that we are? Anything that like tells us what kind of house it is, or do we see anything
Yes,
of that nature?
So where you're standing now, framed portraits adorn the walls of this foyer, which features a wide staircase with a sculpted railing. A long carpeted hall attached to the foyer stretches almost the entire length of the mansion that is directly in front of you. And there's several doors coming off of that hallway, including one at the far end. And you also notice that there's bundles of sticks all over the floor.
We're in a mansion, right?
Yes, you are in a mansion.
What
Yeah,
are
we-
those?
tell what these bundles of sticks are for?
Saya, do you have any idea what are those and why they are here? It feels so weird.
Can I like? I mean, why would there be sticks? Like, can I figure anything out?
Actually, I don't think you could. You have not talked to anyone about this just yet.
Okay. I don't like the sound of this.
Woggy, come in. Why are you sitting outside? Come here. Don't be afraid.
All right, squishy boy.
Squishy. I like that name. It sounds funny. Squishy boy.
Poke, poke, poke.
When somebody comes back, I would like to ask about these sticks. Seems very strange.
Do the sticks have any particular difference from any normal stick? Like, can I do a perception check to see if there is anything different about them than any other stick?
Yeah, you gave me a perception check. We can roll some perception on some sticks. Stick perception. Ooh, 19. Pretty solid perception. Yeah, so as you're looking around, as you look closer at these sticks and the tyings around them, it's like a very ornate ribbon that's around them. Like, you get the sense that these aren't just like, someone casually bringing in sticks for firewood or something. This ribbon around seems to imply they have more purpose than that.
Those ribbons on the sticks.
I wonder if they're being used for the festival.
The
tomorrow.
festival, that's what I was just thinking. Something to do with the festival tomorrow. Because the festival is tomorrow, right?
It's going to be like in Wicker Man.
Oh
They burn
God, no.
giant
Get out of here!
The bees!
What's curious? Like, we all know that vampires get sticks sometimes. Like, the urban legend at least makes us believe that. So do you think they are used as a way to maybe throw vampires away? Or
I mean, are they like
vampires?
pointed like stakes, or are they just like sticks?
That's what I'm saying.
They appear to be just, random, like, sticks. Like, there is no obvious, like, shaping of them or anything like that. They're just piles and piles of similarly length sticks.
Probably. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
And
we noticed. Oh, okay. They came.
so just as you guys are kind of wandering around in the foyer, the maid comes down and says, "Why, the Burgomaster was wondering what business you had."
Why couldn't he come down here and ask us that?
Well, he is a very busy man with the festival tomorrow.
We are very.
Is that what all the
busy
sticks
too.
are for?
That's awfully suspicious.
Yes, it is a great surprise. The Baron and Baroness are so excited.
So excited for the festival, and there is in particular.
Did we know there was a Baron and Baroness?
I do not know if you've heard of the Baroness. I don't believe you have, but
The Burgomaster is the Baron.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I would ask her, so these bundles of sticks, are they for the festival tomorrow?
Why, yes, it is going to be so grand. And she
What
does
are they
seem
used
like
for?
overly chipper. Did you ask what
So
they're used for?
used for? Yeah, what are they used for?
She kind of leans in a little closer to you and says, "Well, you didn't hear it from me, but there's going to be a grand sculpture that we're going to light ablaze like the sun itself. Hence the Festival of the Sun." And she kind of like smiles like, "Ee."
Oh no, that does sound like Wicker Man.
Oh, we need to talk to the Burgomaster.
We must speak with the Burgomaster.
We have important news that we can't share
Tell
with
him it's
anybody else.
regarding vampires.
Do you say that?
Mhm.
And with this, her like overly cheerful demeanor kind of like slowly washes down. She says, "Vampires? Yes, come with me then." And she leads you upstairs to
Okay.
follow her. Let me go ahead and grab my players and yank you up above. Yoinkers.
Yoink.
Yoink. Yoink.
Yoink me, baby.
Yoinked. Let me move the map so the viewing audience can actually see where you guys just went.
That's
Ah.
handy.
And the maid continues walking down the hall and turns over here and kind of is like waving you on to follow her around the corner.
We follow suit.
Saya would move forward first because she's the stealth, and she's like motioning for you guys to follow because nothing seems to be killing her yet, so that's good.
I mean, at this point, if anything, we are kind of weakened. So I hope nothing bad happens.
All right.
Just gonna keep slowly walking.
So then she goes all the way down the rest of the hallway, if you'd like to follow, and points to this door over here and gestures to you.
Before we
says,
go in... Okay, sorry.
The Burgomaster's inside. Just please be discreet. Vampires. I haven't heard of those around here in eons.
Really? How come?
The
Like-
town of Valaki has always been safe.
What about Strahd? You're head of Strahd? That's so very weird.
Strahd
Can
is...
I... Mhm.
Strahd is leaving us alone for what it's worth. Yes, I know he's a vampire, but the Burgomaster does try so hard to keep our minds off of such terrible things.
Pretending
Oh.
like something's not there doesn't make it go away.
Very true.
I want to do an insight check on her. It sounded very weird. It's had a head of vampires for eons. It's probably dumb, but yeah.
19. So yeah, you're sensing like weariness in her voice. She's not outright like lying to you as far as you can tell, but you do get the sense that
I'm
she's very
sealing the truth.
she's very like nervous having this conversation with you.
Okay, let's just go on to the Burgomaster. She's not
Yeah.
really going to do anything for us, so.
All right, who's popping in?
I'll go in first.
All right.
Like before she does anything, Saya just kind of like gently pokes the door with a knife to make sure it's not a mimic because she still doesn't trust doors.
Damn doors. PTSD with doors.
So
And then
as
she opens the door.
So you open the door, and floor to ceiling shelves line every wall of this windowless room, and the number of books contained here is nothing short of astounding. A brass oil lamp sits atop a large desk in the center of the room. The chair behind the desk is comfortably padded and has the symbol of a roaring bear stitched into the back cushion. Standing behind the chair, holding an open book, is a bear of a man. His breastplate, rapier, silk tunic, and greasy beard glisten in the lamplight. Resting on a small rug to his left and right are a pair of big black mastiffs. And who would all of you be, disturbing me the day before the festival?
Well, we are the people who just kicked the ass of 6 vampires in your so-called safe town.
He goes, what? Get in here right now, close that door.
I love Augie.
And he's
So,
like, as he's like growling this at you, his mastiffs are kind of like up at attention at this point.
He does not look healthy. I'm just going to put that out there.
He looks undead.
Mm-hmm. Can I? Damn it! Where's Kellen? That's where
I
we
know, we need our defined 6.
You'll never know if anything's undead ever again.
Or are you gonna sit in the door?
Are you undead or just ugly?
Are you undead or just ugly?
You
So
guys
do you-
coming in the room?
Yeah, I'm coming in.
yes, inside. Close the door right now.
Why such a rush? Are you afraid of something?
I need to hear this filth coming out of your mouth. Vampires, get the door behind you now. And does anyone close the door? I can do it for you.
I would close the door.
Now tell me, what is this vampires?
Well,
So,
You mean to tell me that you don't know that vampires exist in your town?
Inside the town? Is that what you're telling me? Vampires in
Yeah.
my town?
Yes, in your town. Is it so hard to believe you're not that far from Castle Ravenloft?
This is preposterous. Vampires in my town. Who are you to come into my city and tell me that there's vampires roaming about my town? I've never heard such things.
We are the 3 people who killed the 6 vampires in your town. That is who we are.
And what proof of these vampires do you have?
Whoops. Whoops. I don't remember. Whoops.
And we could just tell, like, you can just go to the coffin maker's house and see all their bodies there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The
What was
coffin
her
maker?
name?
Henrik?
Henrik, yeah.
Yes.
He
You-
told us that a man basically, was it bribed or paid him? I think it was paid him
Paid him.
to smuggle crates into the city. He put them in his house. Turns out they were vampires. And so when we went there to go get some bones from him, the vampires were there and we had to kill them.
Some bones? What are you doing in the coffin maker's house looking for bones?
We were sent there.
The priest sent us.
Father
The-
Lucian?
Father Lucian sent you to get bones. What is going on here?
I don't know, but you people are very superstitious, and those bones seemed very important, Father Lucian.
Well, the bones are very important, but how could they have gone missing?
Because somebody stole them.
And this is Henrik, you say?
Yes.
Lydia won't like to hear this. Who's Lydia? Yes. Sorry, outsiders. My apologies. And his tone is like kind of like pulling down a little bit, and his mastiffs seem to kind of like relax. Lydia is the lady of the house. Why, she's related to Father Lucian himself.
Oh,
I see.
Does she know about the bones?
We all know of the bones here, but the goal of my job here is to keep everybody at peace and happy. That is it. If they are not happy, then I am not doing my job. And news
Who
of
gave
this
you that?
vampires is not doing a good job. How could this have happened under my nose without me knowing?
Maybe there's a traitor between your people that works for Strahd, because I don't know. Strahd is a vampire. I don't know what sort of deal you struck with him in order to keep this place like safe. But obviously there's something going on behind the curtain, and you're not aware of.
So where is Father Lucian and Henrik now? I would love to speak to them.
They are at the
The
church.
church.
At the church. So be it. Well, I will bring Isaac with me, and we will go see what is going on with Father Lucian and Henrik. Was he hostile towards you, Henrik?
No, he was not hostile.
No, just a little squirmy.
Mm-hmm. Seems to be a lot of odd things going on around the town lately. Do you know anything about? We were told that the wine that was being delivered stopped as well. Or do you know anything about that?
You see him kind of like getting even more frustrated again. Who are you to come into my city and tell me about all these problems? There's vampires and wine shortages. Did it all
We are
come with
trapped.
you? Are you
We're trying
directly
to help.
responsible?
We
We
came.
are trapped here,
Yes, we are trapped
Just
here,
trying to get a way out.
and we are hoping that helping your people will help us find a way out.
Yeah, we have answered all of your questions.
I
you
will
doubt us.
decide if your help or not. We should go. Let me get Isaac. We can go to the church. And he starts kind of like stomping towards the door, and the mastiffs kind of like follow.
So
And
Saya will sort of like roll her eyes and she will motion Moonpoon and Augie to go forward. She'll stay behind to make sure no crazy things follow.
And as the Burgomaster leaves, Augie, from where you're standing, and Moonpoon, you could also probably see it as well. You see the maid kind of immediately like duck her head and kind of like, you know, not make eye contact, whereas she was kind of at high alert before. She's like immediately down and looking away. And you see the Baron on the door, and he opens it and says, "Isaac, you're needed." And you hear a voice from inside say, "Yes, sir." And he starts to walk out.
Whoa, he's big.
Before we leave, do you want to take a quick glimpse at the table to see if we see something weird or something, I don't know, like a letter? Maybe the Burgomaster is behind it all and he's trying to play, I don't know, hide and seek.
Terrible
Sure seems
plan.
shady.
Yeah, I want to do a quick perception on the table to see if I notice anything or what I see on the table, as I leave for the door. Oh my god, what happened with the rolls today?
They're so good.
You are absolutely going bananas. So with a 19 on that roll, the Baron's desk, as you look it over, you can see that there's a couple drawers on the front, and on top you see blank sheets of parchment, a jar of ink, some writing quills, and you kind of just don't see anything else of interest on top of the desk. But Augie, give me a perception roll.
Okay. Yeah, it's not good.
All right. With an 8, yeah, you don't notice anything else
Awesome.
interesting.
Awesome.
All right. So then the Baron just looks at all of you and at this man Isaac that he's just called and says, "Come on then, let's go. And when we're outside, happiness, please." And he kind of like gives a fake,
I'm
overly
always
large
happy.
smile. Well, that's perfect.
Saya just kind of
Don't I look
crosses
happy?
her arms.
Nice smile, Moonpoon.
Happy.
Poke, poke.
I can look happy, don't I look happy? My happy face.
And you see,
How long do I have to stay like that?
Forever. Forever.
and then as the Baron moves away, this big man then pops out of the room and kind of eyes all of you up. It's just looking at you very closely.
Hi, Isaac.
And he kind of again just like peers at you.
Is he
Moonpoon,
taller than me?
yeah, he's kind of like looking at. Is he taller than you?
Yeah.
Yes, actually, he is.
Is he taller than me?
Well,
He's pretty
I mean-
tall. He's pretty tall.
Yeah, this man, very pale skin, like bald head, just very formidable looking, just huge chest, broad shoulders, and he just looks very like seasoned, weathered. You can even see some slight scarring across his face. He looks battle tested.
You do not look squishy. Can I poke him?
Weird. It's weird because Velaki is supposed to be a peaceful town. Why do they have need for a person like that? No.
Can we? Like,
this
is
is
he
what-
human? Or is
This
he,
is
like,
what
what race
Moonpoon
is he?
thinks.
Yeah, he appears human.
Okay.
Like
As-
for a human.
Goliath or something.
As Augie goes to touch him, he actually grabs your wrist really hard, like uncomfortably hard, and says, "That's enough, little one. We're going now." And Augie, give me another perception check. Gonna give you one last shot at this.
I don't like this man.
It's okay.
15. Okay, yeah. That's actually good enough. So, as Isaac grabs your hand and you look past him into the room that he was in, you notice inside his room is dolls The room is full of little dolls with powder white skin and auburn hair. Some of them dressed beautifully, others plainly. Some of the dolls fill, like, the bed is covered with all of these dolls. From what you can see, it looks like there's also a shelf that might have some dolls on it as well. And still others are piled atop, like, in the corner of the room. And what's most odd of all is that the dolls all look the same. And with a 15, I will give you, they all seem to look like Arena Coliana.
Oh no, we're going right to the church.
Does Orgi know anything about the power of shamans, or maybe they can influence dolls in some way, like magic, etc.? Does she know anything like that? So she can have an estimated guess about what's going on, or she cannot tell at all?
Are you asking me or are you asking Olgage?
Orgid. Basically, like, if she has any knowledge of what those dolls could be, like, from her past, etc.
My past is like a far traveler. So it's possible.
You can do a history check, maybe, to see if you remember, if you know any information about dolls like that and what they represent, how they can be used.
Well, there's something super creepy going on if they all look like Arena.
Yeah, she's the only one that noticed.
18. So
Would she say anything?
with an 18, I will give you that you almost feel like you've seen dolls that look like this before. You would have noticed that Christ, the ghost boy, had a
Thorn.
Thank you, Thornbolt. He had a doll that looked not like, you know, the exact same, but in the same style of, like, you could feel like they were almost made from the same place. And you would also remember that the old woman in Barovia who told you about her daughter that ran away was also holding a doll that looked very similar in style to these dolls.
What does Augie do with this
What
information?
if this has something to do with what we got from the lady in the tent? Like, is this a clue to one of those things?
I don't think you can say that information right now, though.
But if Augage did notice that those look like Arena, as we get closer to the church, I'm going to use my telepathy or my speech thingy to warn her to get out.
Okay.
Ooh.
So the plan is to basically just go with everyone and then tell her to peace telepathically.
Yeah, in my brain mind.
In the brain
I'm
mind.
I'm gonna say, Arena, this is Augage. I think you and your brother need to hide right now.
All right.
They seem to trust us, so that may hopefully work.
We can only hope.
You don't hope for this. You are the DM.
I'll just, we'll see.
Right.
Keyline's like, wahahaha.
Right.
So, with this then, I will take us all back to the church. Doopy doop boop. Boop boop. Lots of clicking.
I think I have to be within 30 feet. So when we're 30 feet away from the church, I would do that.
Okay. So you have to be like right there to pull this off.
Let me double check. Silent speech. You can speak. Get off my screen, rolls. You can speak telepathically to any one creature you share language within 30 feet. Yeah. So we would have to be close.
Close to the church, but not quite in it.
Right.
Okay. All right. So then we will head to the church.
Like, do Moonpoon and I know this is the plan, or are we just kind of like, la 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 la?
I mean, I suppose I could, like,
Yeah,
to you guys too.
Now.
But I feel like I'm just kind of like in the moment, just like trying to think about getting her out or safe.
Is this spell like a cantrip, or is this a like X number of times a day thing?
It's a no, there's no limit. It's a racial feature.
Gotcha. Cool.
Awesome.
All right. So do you tell the party of anything as you guys are heading towards the church?
Well, I can only do one player at a time, so I would have to one at a time tell them. I'm going to send a message to Arena through telepathy to hide, for her and Ismark to hide or get out or something. So I'll say that to each of them as we're walking.
Okay.
Saya pretty much trusts Zoggy at this point. She hasn't steered her wrong yet. If it was Moonpoon talking into her brain, she'd be like, fuck off. But it's Zoggy, so it's fine.
Oh my god. No reason to hate Moon.
And I think Saya would also realize, like, this is not something I can say out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, she'd just sort of gently nod and be like, okay. Like, she won't say anything, she'll just nod.
All right. So then I will take us back out. Your
Can I
tokens
talk
are...
to Isaac on the way there? Like, so Isaac, I saw some dolls in your room. You like dolls? I like dolls too.
He immediately turns to you aggressively and he says, "What did you see in my room?"
Dolls. I just said that.
No.
And he gets like even closer. "And what of them?"
I'm just wondering about them. I mean, if you like dolls, I like dolls. I thought we could talk about it.
And he kind of like glares at you and is like turning his head like a dog almost, as if he's figuring out like what you're doing. "The precious to me. That's all you need to know."
Okay.
And he again turns around and looks at the church. "They're in there, you said. Henrik and the father." And
Yes, we brought Henrik here before we fought the vampires just to make sure he was somewhere safe.
okay. With the distance of that spell you said, I will say that you would be within range of the like side guest rooms the moment you pass through the doors.
Okay, so they don't have a whole lot of time, but hopefully it'll at least maybe do something. We'll see.
Yeah. So Isaac immediately goes up to the front door and just kind of like pushes it open aggressively, just pie style, just slams open the door.
Gentle Isaac.
And he kind of just completely ignores you. "Father Lucian, we require your attention." And the father comes like sauntering out of the back. Do you guys follow behind, enter, anything of that sort?
I follow behind.
I'll go right behind.
Can I kind of sneak past and see if I can find Irina?
You're looking to like push into the church?
Kind of like sneak past everybody and just kind of...
Would she be able to get like to their window or something from the outside? Like
I would want to try and kind of make sure they get out okay.
Yeah, so
Check.
so your plan is to kind of slip away in the middle of all this, like undetected?
Yes, because there's like, they're all very busy with like, oh, I need to speak with you and blah, 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 blah. That's
and
the
she was
thing.
walking behind anyways.
I was
Yes.
behind everybody, yeah.
Yep. So I will make you roll a stealth check. Give me
Okay.
a stealth check to see if you can... Oh. 9. Natural
Goddamn.
1. Not ideal. So
No.
as you...
Best possible timing.
So describe what Saya's trying to do. Like we have the Baron and the two Mastiffs and Isaac kind of like at the front door with the party standing behind them. What does Saya try and do to slink away?
So Saya sees them sort of engage with what they're doing, and she kind of wants to just slip off to the right, just not going through anyone because that would cause too much attention, but like go to the right of the building.
All right. So as Saya goes to like move off to the right, there's just like another pile of sticks similar to the ones you saw inside the Burgomaster's house, kind of there, and you kind of like knock against it as you're running away. One of the Mastiffs turns and kind of like looks at you and makes like a little like sound, but doesn't quite do anything. It appears as though the Baron and Isaac are too distracted to actually see you.
Cool.
Fortunately, they're pretty aggressively occupied at the moment.
Yeah.
So Saya is going to slink off to the side.
To try and find the window that is their room.
Yeah, they were like on this end of the church.
Uh-huh.
And as Saya starts to slip away, you can hear Father Lucian from inside. "Yes, Isaac, good to see you." And Baron kind of pushes past Isaac at this point and says, Father, it appears as though you have news for us. Tell me, these people, and he gestures behind him to where you guys were, and he sees that Saya's missing, and he's just like, looks at Augage and Moonpoon. You, where's your friend?
She had to pee.
Yeah,
She had to pee.
she will be back. What's your issue?
Haven't you ever had to take a leak?
Give me a persuasion check.
That's deception, basically, I think. But anyway.
Neither of them are very good on my.
No.
Yeah, they're both the same like skill check. Wow.
Yay! It's not terrible.
And with this, the Baron goes, of all goddamn times, fine. These two.
When nature calls, you gotta answer.
Yep.
Doesn't make a difference to you. What do you care if she's here or not?
Well, these people inform me that there's been all kinds of misgivings around town. And Father Lucian kind of nods knowingly and gestures them inside. So Izek and Baron and the Mastiffs all kind of start poking into the church. Do you guys follow? What do you do?
I'm going right in there.
Yeah, I wanna follow as well.
Are you
I wanna nudge Orki to be a little bit behind me because I don't really trust this Baron or his Mastiffs or his Isaac guy.
I'll get just not
I think-
easily scared.
Yeah, I know, but I need to be protected by something.
My squishy sorcerers.
Yes.
all right? So you go inside with the Baron and Izek with the Mastiffs, and just as you guys are going in, Saya off to the side, you are
Did we
actually.
see Saya? Me and Orki, we see Saya, we have no idea where she went.
It's a
We
good
can
question.
imagine that she tried to sneak up because we know that Orgis was going to inform with a message spell. But
So,
we don't know if we
Technically,
saw her.
you probably would have seen her since you were like right next to her as she started slipping away. Although I don't believe Saya said anything to you as she
No.
did
Yeah.
this.
But we're going to trust her instinct of doing that because we have been along for a while. So
Yeah, I mean, you would have seen her slinking around the side of the church. So
We
it's,
both know she's a rogue. She does roguey things.
yeah,
Rogue's got a
both
rogue.
know We
Exactly.
need to protect our friend, our ally. So we can guess that she tried to do that.
So just as Saya is turning the corner, oh yeah, also is God, the tokens are so small on my screen. Henrik is not out there randomly. He's inside
I
the church.
figured.
Do we have an inside of the church as a map in
There is
Foundry?
there is actually no map of this church inside Foundry, which is weird because a lot of stuff happens in here. So I'm kind of surprised they didn't make a map for it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, 'cause we have a map for the church in the other
Yeah,
place.
for the other place, but none for this one. They did say in the book, I believe, that it looks more like fairly similar to that other one, but it doesn't provide an explicit map for this one. But as Saya is rounding the building, she can actually see, like, creeping out of the windows is Ismark and Arena.
They
Like
got my message.
you can basically see, like, Ismark is currently like half out the window and Arena is like beckoning for him to get there.
So I would like, Saya would like sneak a little bit towards them and just sort of like wave slightly and just sort of put her finger to her mouth like shh.
And what would you do? They kind of look at you like, you know, with this like excited face, like this panicked face. What-
So I would
what
move
word?
towards them. Seems that they're not going to stab me immediately, that's nice. And just be like, something very strange is going on in this town. I don't believe it's as safe as you were led to believe. My friends are inside. You need to stay out here. I think someone is after you.
You want us to just stay out here? Ismark is
For
looking
now.
like frustrated and panicked.
For now, we don't know exactly what is going on. I can't tell you exactly why they want you or who wants you, but we saw some interesting things at the Burgomaster's house. Stay hidden.
Where are we to go?
For now, just stay here. Stay hidden. We will come back for you. I came around to make sure you were safe.
So with this, like, Irina has like a very panicked look on her face, and Ismark is just like solid, and they both see some heavy like bushes in the area that they kind of like slink into, and they're hiding in the bushes just outside the
Let your
church.
tails stick out.
So,
Tales
Saya
of Whimsy
seeing
Part
that
2.
they are... So can I see which window they came out of?
Yeah, they would have like popped just out that little offshoot of the church there.
Is the window still open?
Yeah, the window is still open. Ismark never
Can
closed
I close it from the outside?
Yeah, you'd be able to close it.
So I would close it from the outside, and then I would make my way around back towards the front of the church.
All right. I will hide Ismark and Irina in the bushes over there.
Thank
and
you.
Saya begins coming back. And as Saya's coming...
As I see her creeping towards, I'm going to I can never say that. Telepathically say, I told him you were taking a leak.
And she's like, yes, please.
Gotta have our story straight.
Super smooth. As Saya's coming back, you can see like Ismark and Irina are hidden, and Izik and the Baron with his mastiffs are pushing in with Moonpoon and Ogage right behind. And Father Lucian is again speaking. Well, I don't know quite how to say this, but Henrik has really messed things up here. He took the bones, the sacred bones, and he seems to have made a deal with these vampires. They were in town, in his shop. These travelers helped us. And he gestures to you with Saya kind of like just showing up on the scene. And Izik and Baron kind of look at all of you. What did Henrik say? What was his reason for this? And he's looking at all of you as he asks this.
Didn't he say he was, I'm trying to remember, didn't he say he was paid to do this?
He was paid, he said, yeah.
Yeah.
Money.
paid.
What other do you need than money and power?
Money. And he, like, Baron kind of like openly just like spits on the ground. That man should have all the money he needs. There's only one coffin maker and plenty of dead.
I know, right?
Maybe
This guy.
Strahd offered him some kind of deal. Why should we know?
I don't know. And he turns to Father Lucian. Where's Henrik now? And I forgot you're not Father Lucian. I'm Father Lucian.
Probably.
I'm like, and guys? He's hiding in the back. We have him locked in his room. We figured judgment was best delivered by yourself. And Baron just like looks at Izik and snaps his fingers, and you see Izik storm off to the back. And Father Lucian just kind of like bows his head down, and like, you know, the same look that the maid gave as the Baron came out, just kind of looking away from like what's going on.
You know he's no use of you if he dies. You're never gonna know the reason why.
Oh,
Or who?
I have other plans for good old Henrik. And in the back, you can hear the door, like from the distance, you hear the door getting pounded open, and you can hear Henrik going like, no, no, no. And Izik like you can hear Henrik struggling in the background. No, no, please, no. And you see Izik reappear, and he's dragging Henrik behind him as Henrik is flailing his limbs, like trying to escape. Please, no! You, Father, help me! And Father just continues looking away, not making eye contact with what's going on. And Izik just is strolling past all of you.
Ogage will step up and say, is this necessary?
And with this, you did this to Izik?
Yeah, and to the Baron.
Who did you approach directly?
I'm not a put my head down type of person. I guess I would look to the Baron because he's the one calling the shots. Is this really necessary?
And the Baron looks at you like with disdain, like piercing. His eyes are like staring into your soul, and he says, "What I say in this town goes. I thank you for your service, but you are getting way above your pay grade as far as the involvement in this matter."
You don't pay me.
Do you say that?
No,
Okay.
but well, sort of. I would be like, you don't pay me, and I don't know if you've ever heard this, but you catch more flies with honey. He has information that could lead you to the person who did this.
What
And-
my friend is trying to say is that we can work with him and try to get the information we need instead
We
of
already
having.
tried and we failed.
your-
That's not what I was saying.
Okay, but we can try in a more resourceful way. Anyway.
So with this, the Baron again continues that piercing glare, and he's like scanning across all of you right now, and he says, "This will be my one warning to all of you. I do appreciate what you've done, but you are wearing out your welcome quickly. I implore you to please stay out of these matters, or you will be banished, or worse." And with this, he kind of snaps again to Izek, and you see Izek punch Henrik across the face hard, and his body goes limp, and he just is dragging him out of the church.
Well, I tried.
Do you guys do anything else?
I guess we're gonna attend the festival tomorrow.
Can Saya get to the Burgomaster's house before they get back?
I mean, they are dragging a body, but I mean, you could try. They're
I
not
don't
like
think we
running or
should-
anything, so I mean, in theory, you could.
I don't think we need to do that.
I'd be interested to
Well-
search the room with the creepy ass dolls in it.
Have to make sure.
You could get
Set the person
really in
safe.
trouble if you get caught there. Of course, he probably wouldn't go straight to his room after he got back. They'd probably be
No.
like dumping him in the dungeon and punching him and whatever.
So my outside game thinking is that maybe Saya can do that if she wants, and we need to be sure that Irina is safe and her brother. So we need to find a place to hide them for once, because
Well,
If
now
the
that the
beggar
Baron
must
is
have
gone and the
Yeah, that's why
Burgomaster, they can go
it's a
back to the
good-
church, right?
it's
Yeah.
a good chance to take them out of here and go somewhere place.
But the
else,
church
maybe inside
isn't
the
a
forest.
safe place to go because they just let this guy be dragged out and beaten up.
But
Yeah,
is
that's
there
why.
a safe place for them to go? Like, I guess they could be at the inn with us, but is that really safer?
Oh, we need to get out of this place, of this village.
So I will say,
We need to tell them that this isn't as safe as they think it is.
Anyway, that's outside of the game. So we need to see how we're gonna do this in game. How we're gonna wait for them maybe to leave the Burgomaster and Isaac and then discuss all of that. At least for a couple of minutes to wait for them to leave.
So I will say that, Saya, for your question previously about could you beat them there and have some time to explore, I will go as far as saying that if you ran to the Burgomaster's house, you would have roughly 2 minutes from like a person that's walking and dragging somebody versus you running, from like when they would get there versus when you would get there. So if you wanted to try this, I would give you 2 minutes.
It doesn't seem worth it.
And you have not to be seen by anyone and be hit by anything. So yeah. Well, you can do it, but it's gonna be risky for sure.
I mean, you have to remember
this-
there's like
Wanted.
maids inside the house. There's people
Yeah,
kind of
that's the
walking in and
thing.
out. Like it's
So
not
we don't
a
know
like abandoned
what sort
house.
of traps. We don't know if there are traps as well or whatever.
Saya's not the type to take unnecessary risks. Like, as much as I would love to do that, Saya's
Yeah.
just like, unless there's like a good reason to do it.
But let's speak with Irina and think what we're
So
gonna
she'll
do.
meet back up with Augie and Moonpoon and tell them that Arena and her brother are outside hiding in a bush.
Okay. So you're The Baron and Izek are just taking off, and you guys are just watching them go
I
down the
don't
road.
want to. Like, I don't want to, but Saya wouldn't care.
August cares, but I think is practical in knowing that she can't. Like, she tried to do something to stop it, like short of physical force, but obviously she's a wee little thing.
So
I see the pain in your eyes, but it's not yet the time to face them.
Saya would look at the father of the priest and be like, "You're okay with somebody being dragged out of your church like this?"
With just a face, you said? Kind of like a gesture versus like an actual like spoken word?
What?
Did you say that as like a gesture, you said, or you actually like said that?
No, I said it. I said to her, just like motion and like, "Are you okay with somebody being dragged out of your church?"
The Burgomaster, for better or worse, he is the leader of this city. I don't agree with everything that he does, but it is a safe place, as safe as anywhere in Barovia that I know. And
Well, it's not very safe since there were 6 vampires here.
Well, how long has he been the master of Barovia?
well, it's a birthright for him. The Baron has been in charge as long as I've been alive. Him and his ilk. His father was the Baron before him, and now him here. I'm not
Did
proud of
he-
what takes place here sometimes, but all I can do is bring peace in a world full of unrest and evil.
I mean, you can see that peace is a fleeting dream. You cannot maintain peace when you have someone over your head like Strahd. He's gonna demand more and more, and he's gonna extort more until you have nothing to give. You know that's inevitable, right? You're not a silly person.
My dear boy, as you see
What?
more of Barovia, you will see this is not so bad.
And he kind of like hangs his head in shame, and he kind of like goes, and you see him actually walk past Kalanthos, who you've noticed now has been kneeling at the altar the entire time, kind of like murmuring to himself. He's been ignoring everything that's just happened.
In a trance.
Yeah, like he is completely like outside of his mind right now, as far as you can tell. He did not acknowledge anything that just happened.
I'll run up and give him a hug.
And with this, like, you, as you get closer, you can hear these murmurs, and it isn't in a tongue that you're familiar with, and his eyes are kind of like rolled back into his head at the moment.
And I'll whisper,
Oh,
take
that's-
care of him.
What did you say?
I said, I'll whisper, take care of him.
And no response from Kalanthos.
Well, it wasn't too countless. It was too his lord.
Ah, okay. Sorry.
We should go and find Irina. We need to make sure she's safe first of all, and then decide what to do afterwards.
Yeah, we need to
Then-
talk to her about what's going on and see if they have
Maybe
ideas
she
what might be
knows.
best. Yeah.
Yeah,
has
so
been
Saya,
living here.
Saya would lead them outside. She knows where they are.
Let's make sure no one is watching us before we go and meet them, like our surroundings, if anybody's
That's probably
watching
a
where
good
we
idea.
live.
Yeah, so before you guys go setting off to talk to Ismark and Irina, as the Burgomaster and Izek with the Mastiffs are kind of literally dragging Henrik through the street, who's passed out still, you see the Burgomaster as he's walking past other people of the town, just kind of smiling and waving and saying, "All is well, all is well. We are just helping poor Henrik here. All is well." And they continue just fading off into the distance as they head back to the mansion.
What a
Hmm.
hypocrite. I mean, that
This
makes
festival
sense.
should be interesting.
Yeah.
He needs to maintain the peace and calmness in the town. That's why he's behaving
I don't know
like
what
that.
that's doing to help anyone,
Well,
but I
actually, he's hiding something, and he has something that he gains benefit.
feel like this is
I
linked to the
believe that
wine.
he's not involved in what happened to us. I believe he's involved, but I don't know in what way and for what reason.
All right. So you guys are heading to Ismark and Arena?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So Saya, I imagine, guides everyone over. And Saya, what do you do when you get there?
So I get to the bush that they had hidden, and I sort of like wave to them, and then motion to Augie and Moonpin and be like, "You're safe. They have moved on."
And with this, you hear a little bit of rustling, and Ismark is the first to like pop his face out.
What in the bloody hell is going on?
We went to
That's like-
see the Burgomaster, and we told him about the vampires. When we told him what Henrik had done, he got super pissed off, and he told Isaac, "Come on, let's go." And so when they opened up the door, the room was full of Irina dolls. Super creepy. So my first thought was, we got to make sure they don't see Irina, because I don't even know if they know you're in town. So that was my thought.
Arena dolls? What do you mean arena dolls?
The room was full of dolls, and they all look the same. They all look just like you.
And Arena at this just kind of again like her eyes fall like disheartened. You can see the despair kind of like washing across her face. This place that they thought was a safe haven for them has seemingly brought like all kinds of other torments, and you can just see this all just washing over her face as the realization comes that she feels completely lost in Barovia right now. Nowhere to go, no idea who to trust. And she just looks at Ismark's with like her eyes kind of like glassing up, says,
Ismark, I think we have to go.
and with that, we will end today's episode of The Curse of Strahd.
You're welcome for not picking a fight with Isaac, because I
Oh
wanted
man,
to.
I was like,
I wanted to do it as well, but
I wasn't
like,
ever going to cross that line, but I was sure going to stand up to him.
I was insanely nervous. I was trying to be as fair to the characters as written.
No,
but
you went super fair. I liked the way it sounded like something like a bully would do, or a veteran soldier would behave. Yeah.
Yes, Isaac is no joke, and obviously they don't take well to outsiders telling them what to do, or anyone for the most part. But with that, I think that is as good a place as any to call today's episode. How does it feel, guys, to get your D&D chops back on?
Very good.
Not enough.
Not enough. I almost saw like Deb's face when I said that I was gonna end it. It was like this, like, what now? Like kind of a face.
But we find it's a good stopping point in order to think what we're gonna do next time.
Yeah, there's some stuff that's going on, and you know that the festival is looming, and they just kind of crushed Henrik's face and dragged him through the town back to the mansion for something.
I definitely want to attend the festival and see what's going on there.
I guess we will find out, but
I'm going to watch Wicker Man in preparation.
Oh no.
It's awesome.
oh my god. But thank you all for tuning in. We love you as always. We apologize that we took such a long time off, but everyone send Carl your thoughts and best wishes. Hopefully his evil overlords at his job will release him from the clutches of the corporate world and allow him to come back and have a great time with all of us. But until then, he'll be essentially a zombie in the church, just kind of hanging out, which has plot relevance, but we won't find out until he comes back. So thank you all. We missed you as always. Panos, Deb, Cal, awesome to play with you guys again, but we will see you next week on The Curse of Strahd. Good night, everybody.